cannot believe we are recording on the True Blood premiere date. Which is, I do love the show, but I don't watch it in real time.
Well, it's the same here. It's one of those guilty pleasure shows. I know it's trash, but I love it. But we're not here to talk about True Blood. We're here to talk The Walking Dead. And we've got a ton of news tonight. We've got our sponsor. We've got all kinds of fun stuff, including some audio from the Wizard World Philly convention where they had a Walking Dead panel with some of the actors. So we're going to play that at the end of the episode. So there's a ton of good stuff. Why don't we get right into it, fellas?
Let's do that. And first, we need to pay the bills. So, dcbservice.com, that's discountcomicbookservice.com. You can get all of your comic book needs and all of your action figures, trade paperbacks, and statues, and t-shirts, and all your geek-related stuff at DCB Service for 40, 50, sometimes even 75% off. Currently, with Walking Dead-related stuff, we have some new t-shirts that look really cool. We were trying to see exactly what is on the t-shirt, which we can't because the preview image is too small, but it looks like someone holding an axe in front of some zombies. That's really cool. And there's one called Zombies Cracked, which looks like it has, 3 or 4 mutilated zombies from, I'm thinking, the television show. It could be comic book art. We're not really sure. But the exciting thing is that there's a bunch of new Walking Dead t-shirts that you can check out. And we're very happy to let everyone know that the Compendium is back for a second printing. So right now at DCB Service, you can get the Walking Dead Compendium Volume 1, which includes the first 48 issues in a giant sort of phone book softcover, $35.99 at DCBS. Add the WD8 code. If it's your first time ordering, you're going to get an extra 8% off that. And I mean, $35 for 48 issues. It doesn't take much math to
I really have to shout out the Compendium. That is how I end up getting caught up on the Walking Dead story. And if any of our listeners would want to jump in, both feed first into the Walking Dead comic and really get caught up and get up to speed, I would definitely recommend that because, I mean, as you said, John, the price is outstanding and it's a lot of content all at once.
It's 75 cents per issue before the WD8 code. So you're going to get even less than 75 cents an issue. That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. It's the way to go. There's also solicitation for issue number 88, and we're not going to spoil anything, but if you haven't been reading what's going on in these, I don't know, when's the craziness start, Jordan? Like issue 83 or 84?
I think 83 is the one with the big oh crap moment at the end. One of many, but certainly a very memorable one. And then it just keeps going from there.
Yeah.
And then did you mention the Volume 14 just came out?
No, I did not.
Volume 14 just came out. Kind of caught me by surprise because 13 just came out a few months ago, and they're really turning out the issues. But 14 is the one that covers those issue 83 and 84 and stuff. And oh man, I mean, this is certainly not the place to jump in. You want to start at Volume 1 and read all the way to the beginning, or all the way to current, but this one stands out among a series of standout books.
Yeah, and I mean, some people that were talking about worrying about starting the reading or being spoiled and stuff like that. It's so, if you're reading the current comic, it's not even anywhere near the show. I mean, it's totally deviated. I guess you would be spoiled about who lives and who dies, but I don't even know that the show is going in that direction. But we've said that plenty of times.
As have the writers of the show, so
yes.
We're in good company.
So DC,
I think it's one of those rare comics too that reads very well in trade because you can get a large chunk of the story, but also does very well single issue because of the way that things are storylines usually taper off at the end of the issue leading into the next. So
the only other thing comic related that I want to mention while we're on our DCBS sponsorship, the Bionic Man #1, written by Kevin Smith, is very interesting to me from Dynamite Comics, 75% off, so you can check it out for $1.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing they did with his Green Hornet script from about a decade ago. They're taking an unused script that he wrote and turning it into a comic. It's the same team behind it, I believe, and writing, so it should be pretty fun.
Yep, Phil Hester,
it's like the $6 Million Man universe.
Absolutely, they Dynamite bought the rights and they're running it. It's going to be ongoing. The first arc is going to be a Kevin Smith script, as Jordan said, and then it'll just go from there. But very interesting to me. It brings back a lot of good memories. It was a fantastically cheesy television show.
No doubt. I mean, OSI versus Maskatron. You had Bigfoot and Wild Boy in there.
Go SI!
You had me at Bigfoot. All right, so we have some things to throw in between news items, but why don't we get the news rolling, Mr. from Jersey? All
right, well, the first one is some Season 2 talk, and this isn't spoiler, you don't have to worry, but Frank Darabont has said that they're really going to be focusing on the conflict between Shane and Rick next season, which we could have guessed, but it's a nice little indication there. And then a little bit of news from him on the whole firing of the writers thing. Now, if you've been listening for the last few episodes, you know it's gone back and forth exactly what happened. Last we heard it was they weren't fired, the main guy decided to go onto the show Powers on FX, and some of the other writers went with him. I mean, keep in mind, there's only 2 staff writers that weren't Darabont or Robert Kirkman, who are still there. Well, now Frank Darabont says that actually, no, I fired him. He says he didn't think that the writing of those 2 episodes that they did were up to snuff. He had to write pretty much everything himself, and so a change was necessary. But this season, he's really excited about the writing team, which includes, of course, himself and Robert Kirkman again, but also Evan Riley from Rescue Me, Scott Gimple, and Angela Kang. So he's really, really excited about the writing team, which has changed, of course, but it's still a little bit up in the air as to actually what happened behind that change.
And do we know the 2 episodes in question, or is that secret information?
No, I could double check and look it up. I know it wasn't 1 or 4, but all the episodes still had Frank Darabont doing the final pass of the writing anyway. With TV writing, it's often a collaborative effort, regardless of whose name is actually on the final episode, and so he just obviously wasn't happy with the work they were putting in all season.
Right.
It's interesting that he's focusing the writing team is kind of trying to give it more of a singular vision, it seems, under his watchful eye. So I think this will only end up being good for the show.
We can hope. Give us something else, Jordan, and then we'll announce our contest winner.
Sure. Some more stuff from a different interview with Darabont. He's talking about Season 3 now a little bit, and Season 2. We talked about the character Michonne, or Michonne, I've seen it pronounced different ways. In the past on the episodes, we've even argued about the character and what she wore in her comic book, or in her action figure pose. But he's pretty much confirmed, Darabont has, that she will not be showing up in Season 2. She'll be showing up in Season 3, so you have something to look forward to there. In the same interview, he talked a little bit more about Stephen King and Joe Hill coming in to write an episode for Season 2. He thinks it's going to happen. He says it's still not for sure, but he's got his fingers crossed, and it looks like they're the ones who approached him about writing the episode, so that's awesome.
Have Stephen King and his son Joe Hill ever collaborated on anything together before? That you can...
I want to say there was a short story they collaborated on, or one expanded on somebody else's on the other short story, but I don't know for sure. I don't think they've ever worked in TV though.
It's really interesting because they're like such different voices, but I think it would work really well together on an episode of Walking Dead. I really hope it happens.
Yeah, he says pretty much the only thing standing in the way right now is getting them both free at the same time to come in and write an episode. But we can certainly cross our fingers along with Mr. Darabont there, because I really want a Joe Hill written episode of The Walking Dead. I want a Joe Hill written episode of anything. I'll watch an episode of my local news written by him.
Yeah, especially with Lock and Key getting smashed and
Lock and Key is amazing.
Yeah, unfortunately the television version is not going to be happening anytime soon.
Although if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, you will be able to see the pilot screen there, so that's pretty awesome for anybody going. Let us know how it was, anybody who went, please.
Yeah.
So that's it for that news item. John, do you want to get to the contest there?
Yes, we ran a little Twitter contest, which is why you should follow our Twitter, because we throw a contest every once in a while. It is WDTV Podcast. That is our Twitter name, at WDTV Podcast. So we hit 700 followers. This was, I guess, almost a month ago. We're almost at 800 right now, which is really cool. But when we hit 700, we said, all right, we're going to have a little contest. So I said, anybody who left a voicemail or an iTunes review will be entered to win a Walking Dead Season 1 DVD or Season 1 Blu-ray, whatever you like. The Blu-ray is, of course, worth more, but if you don't have a Blu-ray player, I could see you opting for the DVD. So we did that, and I do want to, we're not going to play all the voicemails. Some of them weren't like, some of them were just, hey, I want to win the contest, and then they hung up. So those aren't very interesting for radio. But we did get an iTunes review as well, which I'm going to have Jim read, please.
Well, the iTunes review is a 5-star review from Mike876. Headline: Every episode is superb! Exclamation point. There's no such thing as a bad episode of this show. Funny and informative, and cast interviews as well. There are many zombie-related podcasts to be had, but this is the only one you need. Fans of the comic, the TV show, or both will be thrilled with each and every new episode. Well, thank you so much, Mike. Kind words indeed.
Yes, clearly Mike is brilliant.
And clearly we are susceptible to cross-flattery.
Yes. So thanks, Mike. Mike was entered. Unfortunately, Mike did not win, so I guess that was a bit of a tease. We did get a bunch of voicemails as well, and I'm now going to play, hopefully this goes well, the winning voicemail.
Hey guys, this is Corey from Georgia. Just want to give you a call and let you know you guys are doing a great job. I'm really going through some of my Walking Dead withdrawal. After I listened to your podcast, I bought the compendium, so I need to get some more money to buy the rest of the books. But I'm really looking forward to the series this year, and I just want to say great job. Thanks. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Corey from Georgia. So she was randomly chosen out of all of the voicemails and the iTunes review that we picked up in that period of time. I don't know if she even knew that there was a contest on when she called. It might have just been an awesome coincidence, but good for Corey from Georgia. So if you're listening, Corey, send an email to comments@walkingdeadtv.com and give us your information. Let me know if you want the Blu-ray or the DVD version, and I will get that right out to you. So congratulations, and thanks again.
Only 4 more months, and we get some more Walking Dead episodes, so hang in there, Corey.
Hang in there. And I hope you get some money to buy the rest of the books, because they're really good. But at least you got the compendium, so let's start.
That'll keep you busy for a little while.
Yes. More news, please.
Sure. Well, we've got some season 2 casting, so this comes with a spoiler warning. Now, this is a very, very mild spoiler. If you're like me, who doesn't like spoilers, you're still not going to be bothered by this. You have to be 100% spoiler advice to be bothered by this information. But we are going to say who's been cast and as what characters. First off, Pruitt Taylor Vince was cast as the character Otis. He's a farmhand. And also we had Scott Wilson cast as Herschel Green, and Lauren Cohen cast as Maggie Green, his daughter. They're at a farm. That's all we're saying. They're a farm, and Otis is their farmhand. Those 3 actors will be portraying those characters in season 2. I didn't recognize any of these folks by name. However, I looked them up. Both Scott Wilson and Pruitt Taylor Vince were both in the movie Monster with Charlize Theron. Pruitt Taylor Vince was also in Natural Born Killers, which of course I've seen, and Constantine, the DC Comics movie. Lauren Cohen was in Van Wilder 2, Death Race 2, Casanova. She did a bunch of episodes of Chuck and Vampire Diaries and Supernatural. And Scott Wilson was in Dead Man Walking, as I said before, Monster. He was in Pearl Harbor. So these are some actors who've been around for a few years. In fact, Lauren Cohen, I was saying to the guys before we started recording, I looked her up on IMDb. She grew up 25 minutes from where I'm sitting now. So that's kind of fun.
A little shout out about Scott Wilson. I recognize him from the movie Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon, which, if you haven't seen it, is actually a pretty cool little movie. It's kind of a documentary about your typical slasher killer from slasher movie from the 80s or 90s. And Scott Wilson plays like the mentor serial killer to the young aspiring Leslie Vernon serial killer. He has like this real down home folksy appeal, but he has like this whole undercurrent of pure evil in that performance, and it was very memorable. It's a good movie too. You want to check that out? Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
And as we said, these people have been cast for season 2, which means season 2 has begun filming. You can even go to amctv.com and watch a video from the first day on set. It's kind of amusing. It's only 2 minutes long. You can see things like the main actors hiding out under trucks and vans, lying on the ground to escape the heat because it's already over 90 degrees in Atlanta with their heat wave, and Glenn being very awkward with a zombie.
Now, do we have any pictures of Shane's pants yet? How high?
I believe we
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. He's running with a shotgun, and his pants did not look overly high. I'm going to be fair.
So the zombie ate about 6 inches of his pants.
Well, thank God we have the spoiler warning there, because that is crucial.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of screenshots, or not even screenshots, but behind-the-scene photos you can see from season 2 already floating around the net, including some official ones of zombies that look pretty cool and kind of alien too. They got like big golden eyes. It's kind of weird to explain, but if you see it, it looks cool. Jim, you actually provided us with a bit of news about the video game, didn't you?
Yeah, there's a lot of video game news coming out of E3 last week, and one of the press releases was from Telltale Games, who are doing the Walking Dead video game. It's going to be downloadable on Xbox and PS3, and it's going to be also available on PC. They said that they saw Kirkman's comic as canon, pretty much, as far as their environments and what the world's going to look like and what it's going to be like. They also said they're going to introduce new characters, one of which is Lee Everett, who's a prisoner who manages to escape during the chaos with during the undead outbreak, and a young 7-year-old girl named Clementine. And basically, you're going to be taking these 2 characters through the environments that are directly drawn from the comic book. It's supposed to be they're very close communication with Robert Kirkman in the studio, and they're working on these new storylines to intertwine with the storyline of the TV show and the comic. So it'll be interesting. It's going to use a similar storytelling style to the Jurassic Park game that they just released, with a lot of quick-time action events and interactive camera use to give the game more of a cinematic feel than some of their other games that are just more mainly two-dimensional. So it's going to be interesting. There's they haven't come out with a release date, but the rumors are saying it's going to be right around the time the show premieres. So
which the rumors are about between the 27th of October and the 31st is where the rumors saying the TV show is right now. So.
And it would make perfect sense for them to release it then during the height of Walking Dead buzz.
Absolutely.
I have cautious optimism about the video game. I don't trust.
Telltale does good work, so I think even cautious optimism might be a little much, but I think we should be fine. I think.
I think it's a smart move for them, considering the kind of games they make, what have you, to go through the downloadable model, for smaller games, smaller experience. But I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun and probably worth the $5 or $10 or whatever it is when it comes out. So they do have a good track record, as you say, Jordan.
One thing I wanted to mention that is kind of news is Michael Rooker released a movie in Canada on June 10th called Cell 213. I'm having a really hard time coming up with a description of the movie. It got a 7.7 out of 10 so far on IMDb, so it's doing pretty well. The one line says, "God and the devil battle for the soul of a cocky lawyer." So I'm thinking Michael Rooker doesn't play the cocky lawyer. I'm thinking he probably plays somebody that kicks his ass. But that's something to check out as well. I'm sure it'll be out, in the States on DVD, but it was released theatrically in Canada. Hadn't heard anything else about it, though. You guys know anything about that one?
No, I hadn't heard about it.
No, but I've been showing Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer pretty often lately. So, if you only know Michael Rooker from the Walking Dead TV show, you should definitely watch that film, because it is a very powerful portrayal.
I probably should have asked the Dixons Vixens about this film before I spoke about it, and that is what we call a segue.
Nice.
Well, I forgot the action figure.
Oh,
So.
I will segue later. That's what we call a teaser.
So we've got one last piece of news, and that's on the action figures we've been talking about for a while now. They have official release dates that they've had for a while, but now we've got official pictures and everything. In fact, if you go to spawn.com/toys and click on the links for there's Walking Dead Comic Series 1 and TV Series 1, you can see them for yourself. But we have character descriptions, we have lists of what they come with. So here we go. First off, for the comic series, you have Officer Rick Grimes, and he's straight off the cover of issue 1 of the book. He comes with a pistol, his police duffel bag with several removable shotguns, and he has 20 points of articulation, and he looks pretty cool. Then we've got the infamous Michonne figure, who comes with a katana, and this is the description, various implements of revenge, including a power drill, hammer, pliers, and a spoon, and she has 22 points of articulation.
Not the spoon.
No, really, not the spoon.
The spork would have been a more dangerous weapon, I believe.
I don't even want to think about it. And then we have Zombie Lurker from the comic series 1, and this one has a removable arm and a head that splits open at the jawline, exposing layers of decaying muscle, bones, and blood. This is an actual action figure. It has quite a few from this line art.
You can tell it's McFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
but,
the way to see some new blood and decaying flesh.
yeah, but I mean, I don't think of McFarlane as doing action figures with action elements. I think of them doing more, it stands there. But this is kind of cool that they're adding another element. Like, for instance, the Zombie Roamer, which also is from the comic series. He has a removable arm segment that exposes the jagged bones and torn muscle that lie beneath, but he also has this thing where you push a knife-shaped lever in his back down, and it will make his head explode out with the brain, so it looks like he's been shot in the head. So that's pretty cool.
I think that's the one I saw. There was a YouTube video running a few months back where they had the prototype with the head exploding.
That's exactly the one.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
And so those 4 all come out in September of this year, 2011. And then we have the Walking Dead TV Series 1, and that is coming out in November of this year, 2011. We have Deputy Rick Grimes, who has his head was made from a 3D scan of Andrew Lincoln, and the figure comes with a revolver, shotgun, walkie-talkie, baseball bat, and a hand grenade, which we know always comes in handy. Then, of course, we have the Dixon's Vixen's favorite, Daryl Dixon. His face is also made from a 3D scan of Norman Reedus, and his figure comes with a crossbow, hunting knife, fire axe, pickaxe, and even a string of squirrels.
That's a nice touch.
Then we have Zombie Walker, who our listeners may know better as Buster. And Buster he's listed as Zombie Walker, so he actually has a wind-up feature that makes him walk, kind of shuffle along, which is kind of cool.
I found Mr. Giles on Facebook, and I asked to friend him, but he has not responded. So we are working.
He is a zombie.
Yes, we are working on getting Buster to come on the show, but he's disinterested at this time. But I can't imagine he's got a ton of interview opportunities, so hopefully he comes around.
He thinks it's too good for us.
And now the final figure from the TV series is Zombie Biter, and you actually saw the zombie this figure is based on last episode, which was Kelly the Frog's last one we did a commentary for. This is the one that was eating the deer, and this figure features all the attention to detail McFarlane Toys is known for. It even has a play action feature that lets its mouth move on a spring-loaded jaw. So when you push a button, its mouth moves just like the zombie would. So you can have him bite your characters if you so choose to.
It should go nom nom nom.
What's the size on these figures? What scale are they?
They're 6-inch figures. And they look really nice for 6-inch figures. I would think they were more 8, just from the level of detail. But yeah, go to spawn.com/toys listeners, and you can see a bunch of pictures of each figure, and they're very, very cool looking.
So wait, the biter, wasn't that Greg Nicotero?
This is Greg Nicotero, yes.
Okay.
This is one of the 2 zombies he played. The second one is the one who bit Amy, spoilers, and this is the one that ate the deer and got his head chopped off. So now it is time for John's segue.
My original segue was I should have spoken to the Dixon's Vixens about information of the Cell 213 movie because they would certainly know because they are the coolest Dixon fans in the world. They started a little, I guess we'll call it a group. I don't want club sounds wrong. It gives the wrong impression.
Cult?
No, definitely not a cult. You're Jordan.
I mean, in the best possible way, meaning they all dress snappy.
They are friends of ours, and they were the ones responsible for getting us this audio from the Philly Wizard World Philly. That's the name of the thing, right?
Yeah, Wizard World, Comic-Con, Wizard World Philly. They go by many, many names.
Yeah, they had one of their get-together events to go see Norman Reedus was a guest, and they headed out to meet him as they do. They're really, I tell you, they have this stuff together for a group. They have a lot of get-togethers. I think some of them might be going to New York. They did Philly. They did the one in Florida previously, Spooky something. There was like a horror show thing in Florida that Norman was at, and they got together and went there as well. They do a lot of charity work. They have charities running on their Facebook page, which is seriously cool. And they're a nice group of people. They've made me kind of an honorary vixen, which makes me a mixin because I'm a male, which is fun. And they laugh at my jokes and stuff, which is really nice. So I like hanging around with them.
They're just humoring you.
Yes, absolutely. So I want to especially thank, ready? Watch me forget somebody. No hate mail. Liz, Anna, Sarah, Leanne, Brooke, Mick, and Summer. They are kind of the leaders of the Vixens. Very cool people. They got us this audio, which we appreciate. And the panel includes the young actors of The Walking Dead. So you have Carl and the zombie girl who gets the bullet in the head at the beginning, and Dwayne Morgan's son. So it's an interesting little panel to hear the kind of young person's perspective of being on the show, which is certainly different coming from such young people. So that's really cool. So the audio is a little bit rough. It's in a convention hall taken with a cell phone, but hang in there. There's some interesting stuff in there. So here's the
there's some fun stuff. There is a weird beep like every 30 seconds. I tried to edit out as many of them as I could, but it is a little strange. Just know it's not you going crazy. It actually exists in the audio.
Yes, but definitely worth checking out. So here's the Wizard World Philly Walking Dead panel.
Welcome, everybody. I hope you're all having a blast at the Wizard World Philadelphia Comic Con 2011. I'd like to welcome cast members from The Walking Dead, Adam Miller. Okay, so if you have questions, raise your hand. I'll call in charge.
Oh, there's 2 questions. Adam, are you going to make special appearances in the next upcoming season? And for the rest of you guys, are you guys going to have a stronger role, like actually picking a weapon and killing a zombie?
Well, I'm not sure if I will be because one night it's the same little girl, so we have our fingers crossed. I really can't say. Like I literally signed a contract from AMC saying.
Can you make it?
Yeah, you can't get me. I signed a contract saying basically what it said is we'll sue you for saying. I don't know. All I know is I might be coming back in second season, but I don't know if I'm not. He's on. I don't know what's gonna happen at all.
You already said you about that.
Well, after Coco X at the audition, I went to a local comic book store and picked up comics. So I didn't have that much preparation prior to the audition, but it was enough to get by. Thank you so much.
Adrian, do you want to tell people a little bit about Bad Teacher? I know you got a film coming out with Cameron Diaz.
Bad Teacher's movie I did with Cameron Diaz, Justin Timberlake, and Jason Segel. I'm actually going to the premiere on Monday. It's in New York, so yeah.
As do you want
Well, I just finished another TV pilot called Ghost Trick. It's a horror comedy sci-fi new TV show that'll be coming out soon. And I play a little bit pageant girl named Tyler Rayton. And, well, it's kind of based off the JonBenet Ramsey story. So it's going to turn out good, I hope. And it's extremely funny.
I guess I got another question for y'all. I was wondering, since you are participating in comic book shows apparently, I was wondering, are you guys going to have like yourselves drawn to any upcoming comic books or zombie comic books? I think the Walking Dead comic book, if some of the sketches out really good, I think y'all do really wonderful watching the storyline in comic book as well. What do you think?
I don't know if we're gonna be like sketched into the comic book like anytime. I was in Comic-Con once and one of the artists for The Simpsons actually drew me as a zombie. It's always pretty cool. It was like when my eyes spawn out and like I scored into it. So that was pretty cool. So yeah.
Thank you.
My question is, like, have you guys ever been like walking around on set and just like turn around the corner and somebody's zombie makeup's just standing there and you're all sitting there just like, what? Like, does that ever like happen to you guys?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that hasn't happened to me, but this one time, me and Madison, she was supposed to be here. We were it was the week we were for 102 Guts, and we sat down for lunch. And the zombie with a torn open jaw and the tongue hanging out, he walked in, and right after Madison just got a giant.
Go back to the trailer and like come back to the trailer and they all like hanging outside just like chilling. And they're like, okay then. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. I wouldn't say it was scary, but it was definitely a different experience.
Well, when I was sitting down once, taking a little break, Sarah, when Callie plays Lori, she walks in, she looks at me, she's like, oh my gosh, what'd you do to this little girl? And she's like shocked, terrorized, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
My mother and I would be eating lunch and we'd check on the zombies. I still ate pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. I was okay with it, I was comfortable. I just think it was way cool to be hanging out on set and things would take you to the zombie leaning on the wall, smoking a cigarette. Yeah, it's alright.
Love the show. Keep it okay. For each of you, whether it was your own scene or someone else's, what was your favorite scene in the TV show?
My favorite scene that I shot would probably be the night of the attack, 1 and 4, which was sorry. And it was so much fun that night. But like the other actors, I only worked 10 hours a day. So the other actors, they did keep on working until 5 in the morning, and then that same day they had to fly out to San Diego for an all night. And that was when the show was shot.
Well, my favorite scene that I shot was when we were locked out of the house and the zombie was just sitting there and it was like he had no jaw, like his jaw was open up to about here, and he just came out and just like beat his head into the baseball bat.
The scene I was in was the one when they're interrogating me. No, wait. The one where they're about to go to the doctor's place, they're going up the gun stuff, and slaps me in the face. The reason why that's my favorite scene is because that slap was in the script. He decided to slap me. I wanted to take it. Oh, you want that's my best. So that was my favorite scene I was in. But my favorite scene out of the whole show was when it was about Guts, when they were talking with that guy.
Well, my favorite part of filming my scene was the stunts. I mean, I got to jump off a ladder backwards onto this giant man from a green screen, so it was pretty fun and cool.
Yes, will there be any Walking Dead figurines?
There are some out already, but I believe there are the principal cast still just coming out.
Okay, then. Again, first, thank you guys all for coming out. I know your schedules are real busy, so thank you for spending your weekend with us. Question for you: assuming the show is going to resume or has resumed filming, you're filming down in Georgia again. Now, there are going to be more episodes coming out this time as opposed to the 6, correct? For the next season, there's 12, isn't there?
There's 13.
13. Okay. Will you be? I know you can't go into details, but is it going to be spread out a little further as to where the survivors are going to be traveling to? And is there going to be a lot more filming indoors on sets as opposed to outside? I know last year it was no secret that down in Georgia was the hottest summer on record. I hope you guys don't have to deal with that again. Can you say?
Well, it's kind of half and half. So half of it would be inside, half of it would be outside. So because as I said before,
Okay. For Adrian, the band teacher, I know you worked with Jason quite a bit on the shoot. Do you have anything to say about the Muppets that he's working on that project?
No, I didn't even know he was doing that. So I saw like the trailer on IMDb. Like I didn't know about this team before I did the movie, but I didn't really know how awesome he was. And so no, he didn't really say too many things about the Muppets. So.
Did you ad-lib a lot for your scenes in that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely a lot of it was ad-libs. I think there'll be a little more in the movie. So yeah.
Thank you again, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll get to see you next year too. Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Hi guys. Quick questions for all 4 of you guys. There's some pretty emotional scenes involved in the first season. Just kind of wondering, as actors, what kind of draw upon in filming these scenes? That's for all you guys. Like, what do you find to be like some of the tools and trade that you use to find that within yourself? Since they're really emotional scenes.
I definitely think that when you act and say draw from real experiences, like think of something that you draw from, like can't really think of, oh, how would you act if I was in like a zombie apocalypse or something? Because I mean, it's not going to be real. You have to think of something that really would hurt you the same way that zombie apocalypse would. Like something like you would realistically losing your family, losing your friends, losing everything that's important to you. Right? So you basically have to draw from that. That's right.
So that's an interaction between you and your father's show. Yeah. To be pretty pivotal in acting drama. Family, what you want to mother.
A lot of that was naive because the show was amazing. It was such like a gift to work with these like that. And everybody on the set was just they were there for a reason. They were awesome. That's why.
Nice.
Thank you.
How about the rest of you guys?
What I do, I just think of my dog that I've lived with my entire life. I just think of coming home and playing with grandma.
You don't need it? I didn't know you were a zombie, Cody. What did you think about that?
Well, I just had to act like a dead person hungry. Which is pretty easy because I was a little hungry that day because I wasn't able to eat on set because I kept rolling use my mouth. But they luckily fed me at the end of the day. So.
Like you said, from those experiences, how do you feel with this? On what Waddle's saying, in Kirby Ghetto, when Jr. was saying, things haven't really changed. People would be each other. I'm from West San Antonio, Texas, and there's no zombies, but it's pretty much the same thing. Right? So I thought about all those little stuff, and that's what I got on set and stuff. Thanks, guys.
I love your shirt. No, Oh, you. I was talking about I like Captain America too.
I know you guys are, a lot of people are asking questions about your show, but seeing how this is a comic book convention, what comic books do you prefer, Marvel, DC? I see when Yellow Lantern shirt, pretty like DC maybe.
DC all the way. I'm writing that DC train until I die. People try to get me over to Marvel, but I'm just like, no, that's fair enough. Come on, man, come on.
Did you see the Green Lantern movie?
Yes, I'll read
Did you like
it.
it?
Favorite part of the movie was Sinestro part of the yell reading again. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's my whole movie though. There's different stuff that happens. There's different stuff that happens. It was like the ending. It's like you know, after the show all things. I'm sorry. There's still a lot more that happens. There's still a lot.
You rest of you?
I'm Superman fan. So,
DC, okay. You too? Nothing? No?
Well, I just started getting into them, so I haven't really read them all.
Thank you.
All right, I have two questions for you guys. One, has there ever been a moment on set where you see something, because the gore stuff is pretty realistic, have you ever seen anything that's kind of grossed you out? And two, what has been your favorite zombie kill on the show so far?
My favorite was Michael for sure.
I thought the crossbow kills painful. Yeah. But then, I think so.
My favorite
zombie kill.
My favorite zombie kill was when Dale, or Gerald, if you haven't seen the third episode, it's when Dale chops off the Gary and zombie's head, and then Gerald comes in and shoots it. And that was actually Greg Nicotero, who's that zombie. Greg Nicotero is the guy who does all the time.
Hey guys, I got two little questions, just zombie-related questions. Question one, you guys have any strategies for surviving the zombie apocalypse?
Zombie survival crew, that's what it's called.
That second question was very general. You know, you're gonna be able to pick up Chip 9 in season 2. A little gunplay going on. Mr. Carl once calls it picking up that gun. It's things that happen here.
I'm sorry.
Again, let's tell you again that all the people, how many people I've met over the years before you are extremely wonderful professionals. Let's tell you again, don't stop being as wonderful as you are now. And I just wanted to know, I know this is, I was wondering, is the zombies new to all of you, or have you grown up with zombie movies and always wanted to be in a zombie movie? Because I know most people walk around, or I would love to do that. You know, I was wondering if you grew up with any zombie movies, and which one, a zombie movie on top of your head, would happen to you?
Well, I've been watching zombie movies since I was 8 or 9, and I really wanted to be in one, and I couldn't stop. And
Which one would you say is your favorite zombie movie of so far?
I think the funniest will be Shaun of the Dead. I think my favorite might be Dawn of the Dead.
In the beginning, I never really thought of, my main goal right now is to be in a zombie something. I just wanted to be in a comic book anything. So I'm enjoying, when I found those comics, I was like, hey, that would be pretty cool, but then I left it. So I wasn't so much of a big zombie fan, because you know what, I'm such a scaredy cat. Like, Coraline was the freakiest movie in the world. I like cried after that. That was like last year. So yeah, I mean, my favorite zombie movie would probably have to be maybe like Zombieland was pretty cool, or Shaun of the Dead, for just so yeah.
My dad is actually in one.
Oh, nice.
When Bill Murray wakes up and gets about the bed and walks on.
I've never watched any zombie movies because, well, I'm not really allowed to. Because things keep, my imagination explodes a little, I should say. But I love zombies now, so I'm not going to watch it. But my favorite zombie video would be Dawn of the Dead, which is a bunch of little zombie teddy bears.
I like Shaun of the Dead is on that. Those are my two movies. But I do enjoy Night of the Dead. It's just so corny. I mean, I love it. It's just so corny. You know?
Thank you very much.
The Walking Dead lives off of
Night of the Dead. Yeah.
Hey, have all four of you ever read any Robert Kirkman's original Walking Dead comic series at all before starting watching the TV series?
I really never heard of Robert Kirkman until
I am such a Robert Kirkman, like, Invincible fan. Like, I have literally all 5 volumes of Invincible. As for The Walking Dead, I kind of dabbled in that a little bit, but Invincible, like, Robert Kirkman, I think he's amazing. I think it's awesome.
I do own some now, but I didn't mention before. I think the only comic book I own was one of the Flash comics. Go on.
Well, I've never read a comic book before The Walking Dead, but so I had no clue what it was. But once I heard I was in it, we figured out it was comics, so we kept reading it, and we got hooked to it. So now we're trying to get volume 14.
Quick question, about school and family time with Seth. You know, over the ages it's changed. How's been your personal time with your family and schooling with the show?
Homeschooling. So, yeah, basically homeschooling. Every time we work, you have to teach on set, so you're basically homeschooling. And you have to do 3 hours of schoolwork. It's like 3 hours for everything. You can only work a certain amount of time, you know, based on your age. But family timing, it hasn't affected my family timing. You can travel from our places, we can see our family with us, or come out and stuff. And my grandparents, they only stay once a year, and I have to really see them here, so I was pretty excited about that.
I didn't have to need a teacher on set, but I'm glad for that too.
I don't know. Sorry. Well, I'm already finished school, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Anytime, you know, I'm a big kind of person, you know, I live in a house full of people, you know, so I'm also messing with them. I have my niece, I'm a big kind of guy, I do train a lot, and it's a big deal. So I train, go home, hang out, and like, go see, wake up, train. Use my shorts, I guess.
Nice.
What's up, guys? I have a question for you guys. But first, I wanted to say, now that Lost is over, I want to thank you for filling the void in my life. It's the best show on TV. That's my question for you guys. What's it feel like to be on a show that was so critically acclaimed right off the bat with only 6 episodes?
Well, when I actually watch the episodes, or when I actually watch myself on the screen, it just doesn't feel like me for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah.
No one's zombie I never, like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, it should be, like, okay, we're going to see. Yeah. I wasn't clear. People were like, this is the best show in the world. It's pretty bears. And, like, I was like, oh, nice people like it. So, I'm satisfied with that. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, but for me, my friend doesn't seem that big. Then people walk up, oh my gosh, she like freaked me out, jumped out my chair. I'm like, really? Isn't that scary? I'm like, wow, so it's pretty cool.
It's amazing. You smash the feeling, that feeling in your chest, especially like wanting to be an actor so bad, all your life. That's all you think about. And finally seeing yourself on television. People actually asking you for autographs. It's amazing, and I love it.
I have another question for you. I'll kind of start, but I was just wondering if you happened to be around and, walking around the set and all, did you happen to pick up, like, the show when you get the zombie whip, the gun, maybe explosive makeup, when you think that ad, did you happen to get some merchandising, stuff like, props from the movies that you weren't supposed to get, but you got, and if there's a possible maybe get my hands on that?
Those things are like $1,000. Even teenagers, it's like hundreds of dollars.
Like, I feel like check the set to see like what was there before and what's there after.
So they actually have to take a picture of like what it was like, because what they did in the master shot, they use that like for continuity. And
Oh, so you're saying that y'all have sticky fingers? Is that what you're saying?
no.
Not allowed to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was just hoping.
Any other questions? All right, well,
Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your schedule.
All right, thanks again to Liz, who is the one that actually stood there with her phone to record that. And again, the rest of the Dixon's Vixens, check them out, dixonsvixens.com. Again, you can join up or ask to be in the group, and they do lots of charity work. They do lots of cool stuff. They have fun on Facebook. They started a forum as well, which will probably be a lot of fun once the show gets started. So check that out. Are we good to go? Any final words on our news show for June?
Just to say that our next episode will be the commentary for Vatos, I believe.
Oh, very cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
We should, maybe we'll get to talk to Anthony again before that or after that or during it even and say hello again.
Hopefully, and I believe he's actually on that convention footage or convention audio as well. It's a little hard to hear at times, but yeah, he talks about being beat up by the actors in the show on screen, of course, not behind the scenes. That would be weird.
Yeah, the Vatos are making their rounds at all the conventions and stuff, which is pretty cool. I hope they're returning. It's funny that nobody can say anything. So
Yeah.
even Michael Rooker and Norman Reedus and some of the bigger names haven't really been able to confirm that they're actually back. But so it'll be an interesting season for sure. All right, Jordan, then do your thing.
Well, that's it for this episode. You can leave us a voicemail at 516-468-7912. You never know, you might even win something. Send us an email, comments at walkingdeadtv.com. Don't forget to check out Half Hour Wasted on Mondays. That's Brad's show. And the Legion of Dudes on Thursdays. That's my show, John's show, Jim's show, and Russ's show. Both at hhwlod.com. You can join the Facebook groups for both Legion of Dudes, Half Hour Wasted, Walking Dead TV, and Media Minutes. And follow us on Twitter at WDTV Podcast and at HHWLOD_network. So until there's no more room in hell and the dead walk the earth, remember, we are professional podcasters. Don't try this at home. You might hurt yourself. Have a good week.
Take care.
But we're not here to talk Walking Dead, or we are here to talk Walking Dead, rather, so let's get to that. We got tons of news. Tonight we've got our sponsor. We've got clips from Wizard World Philly Comic Book Convention, where we have some interviews with people from Walking
You there, Jordan?
Dead. Or
I lost you there for a second, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Let's record.
Yeah, you kind of cut out for a
Yeah,
minute.
you cut out for a few seconds. So just start over with we're not here to talk about, and then
Okay, good, because I wasn't making any sense anyway.
correct. I think we're getting a blooper reel out of this one.
Good.
Also, the Walking Dead weekly pre-orders are up to number 31, 32, and 33. Oh, and 34. No, wait. Why does it keep going? 35? 36? What are they actually up to? Scratch that.
It's interesting to me that considering it's a story that's basically already written.
What is that?
but they need so-
Hold on one second. What do we got there? Those are some noises. Hello?
Did you have a seizure, Jim?
Is that better? Hold on. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's great now. There was some noise coming in, and then you were like, your audio
It's not
stuttered.
blah, 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 blah. It literally sounded like you were mocking us.
Don't mock me. Damn it, Jim.
Don't mock me.
Ooh, Jimmy.
We're going to have like a half-hour blooper reel.
And some Skrillex.
Send a blah.
Boy, it seems like I have a lot of info about serial killer movies. I'm sorry.
Very nice. Did somebody get a text message? I heard a vibration.
That was me, sorry. I at least turned it to just vibrate this time so you wouldn't hear me.
I'm so glad that was your phone.
Why would you think it was?
I don't want to get personal.
Hey.
So on this panel, we had the youngsters of The Walking Dead. You had Carl, which is, Jim, you know him. You spoke to him. Help me. Chandler Riggs.
Chandler Riggs, yeah.
Got that correct. And we have the bicycle girl. Jordan, you're in charge of real names.
So her name is Abby something.
Abby something, the bicycle girl. Abby Normal. It's a young
I'm sorry, I
friend's
didn't know Brooks Brent.
I can't even remember the real names of people I actually know.
And we're terribly unprepared. And Morgan's son, and his name on the show is
Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
No, that's right. It's Dwayne. Dwayne. What's Morgan's last name? Dwayne
Freeman.
No, because he's named after the actor from Night of the Living Dead. It's Dwayne
Dwayne
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah, Jones. That's close enough. I had some of the letters correct.
All right, we're gonna do that all again. We're gonna play this in the bloopers. So let's do the I have to. That was terrible. Dwayne Jones.
Dwayne Jones.
Is the kid. Do we know who that actor is? Can we look that up? All right, I'll fudge it. I'll
Make up names.
Yes.
You're a professional. You can do it.
I am unbelievably blah blah blah. Being on what is it? Phenomenon? Is that what it is?